Huh?
I finished
So where you
getting
working?
I work for a company out of Pittsburgh, parking garages. Just parking garages.
Township of Edison Zoning Board of Adjustment special meeting of April 29, 2025 is now in session. Adequate notice of this meeting, as required by the Open Public Meetings Act of 1975, has been provided by the annual notice published in the Home News and Tribune on December 13th, 2024, has been posted in the main lobby of the municipal complex on December 18th, 2024. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance to the flag.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Secretary, roll call, please.
Ms. Shaw? Here. Mr. Aya?
Here.
Mr. Johnny?
Here.
Mr. Chabra?
Here.
Mr. Patel?
Here.
Mr. Schneider?
Here.
Mr. Siddhartha?
Here.
Vice Chair O'Gorman?
Here.
And Chairman Kamba?
Here.
Thank you.
Madam Secretary, minutes for consideration.
Minutes of April 22nd, 2025 for approval.
Motion to approve the minutes from April 22nd, 2025.
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, second by Mr. Sadata. Roll call, please.
Mr. Chabra?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. Johnny?
In motion.
Mr. Schneider?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. Patel?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. Siddhartha?
Yes to the motion.
Vice Chair O'Gorman?
Yes on the motion.
And Chairman Kamba?
Abstain. Madam Secretary, resolutions to be adopted.
Z17, 2022 Bull Oil Corp. for approval.
What's the board's pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Sadata. Roll call, please.
Mr. Chabra?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. Patel?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. Siddhartha?
Yes to the motion.
And Vice Chair O'Gorman?
Yes on the motion.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Secretary. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is a special meeting of the Township of Edison Zoning Board of Adjustment. The board is composed of Edison Township residents appointed by municipal council who volunteer their time and service to the board. The municipal land use law requires that members successfully complete a land use training course administered by the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs. This board also holds in-house training conducted by our board professionals. The zoning board abides by the provisions of the municipal land use law in addition to our board's bylaws. The zoning board is a quasi-judicial land use board, which differs from the township planning board. Under the municipal land use law, board members are required to be impartial and not allowed to discuss any case prior to being considered at a hearing. All applicants will have the opportunity to present their case before the board, along with the opportunity for board members and board professionals to question the applicant and their witnesses. At the conclusion of the applicant's presentation of their case, the case will be open to the public. Residents within 200 feet of the subject site will be heard, followed by residents from outside of 200 feet. All residents will be sworn in. They'll provide their name and address, and they'll be given 6 minutes to comment on the application being considered without the opportunity for a rebuttal. Residents may ask questions of the applicant's professionals, and board professionals. The board requests that these questions are asked prior to any commentary being made on the application. Once commentary begins, the resident's timer will begin. The applicant will be allowed for the opportunity for cross-examination of their witnesses. Under the law, the chair is allowed to stop any commentary which is repetitive or an attempt to filibuster the board. Further, the chair is allowed to stop any commentary that is irrelevant to the case or prohibited from the board's consideration. Once public portion is closed, all public comments are ended unless new testimony is presented by the applicant. Following the closure of the public portion, the applicant will have the right of summation on their application. Following summation, the case will go to the board for a decision. This procedure has been followed by the board and is similar to the procedures followed by boards of adjustment statewide. The municipal land use law requires the board to engage in a balancing act and is not required to strictly apply township ordinances, zoning plan, or master plan. As a board of adjustment, variances are granted when appropriately necessary, following all legal considerations. As has been the case with prior boards, board will see where we're at if we are still in session around 10:30 p.m. I hope that is not the case for tonight. I ask that all applicants, professionals, and residents show respect to each other and be civil throughout all proceedings. I ask that you withhold applause, booing, or interrupting anyone while they are speaking. The chair will not tolerate any outbursts by applicants, professionals, or the public. Further, since most cases are being recorded by a court reporter, I ask the speakers do not speak over one another. First on the agenda is a closed session, but we're going to move that to the end of the agenda. One announcement, case Z24, 2022, Old Post Realty LLC at 604 and 610 Old Post Road will be carried till September 30th, 2025, and it will be subject to further notice required. If you're here for this case, Z24, 2022, Old Post Realty LLC, it will not be heard this evening. It'll be heard on September 30th, 2025. Madam Secretary, first case on the agenda, please.
Case number Z6, 2025, John Daniel at 62 Terry Ave. Applicant is seeking bulk variance to construct a garage addition to the existing single-family home. The following standards have not been met. Minimum rear front yard setback required is 25 feet. Proposed is 11 feet 3 inches. Affected property is located in the RB zone, designated as block number 643.10, lot number 76 on the Edison Township tax map. All noticing paperwork is in order.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, I'm Gideon Gelber, I'm a
Would you please raise your right hand?
Oh, sorry,
Do you
yes.
solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
State your full name for the record.
My name is Gideon Gelber. I'm a registered architect in the state of New Jersey.
Is the applicant here as well?
The applicants are in the room, Mr. Daniel and Mrs. Paul.
Okay. So you are registered architect?
I'm a registered architect.
And if you could please just provide the board with a summary of your background and qualifications?
Certainly. I graduated from architecture school at Cornell University in Ithaca, New York. In 1996, I have been practicing architecture in New York and New Jersey for, well, since I guess about 97 or 98.
Your license are current and in good standing?
It is in current and it is in good standing.
Great, we'll accept you. Thank you. You may proceed.
Right. The hardship here basically is just the lot geometry. It is a triangular lot at the end of a block with no neighbors. It's bounded by roads on three sides. And is it's an acute angle. The client basically just wants to build a garage, a one-car garage on the side of their house, which is nice because then we don't have cars parked on the street. But because of the shape of the lot and just the odd geometry of it, we're going to be closer to the road at the back of the property than would generally be required, and so we're seeking relief from that setback for behind the house. It's really, really basic. The question I would be asking me if I were you would be, does it create any issues with sight lines for the traffic that passes around the house on three sides? And the answer is no. It complies with the 75-foot sight line requirement there. I wish it were more complicated. It's something cool to say.
Does the board have any questions for Mr. Gelber?
Mr. Chairman?
Vice Chairman?
Yes. There's currently a garage there now?
No.
There's no garage on the
The house
house?
does not have a garage, and we are adding one.
Okay, on this proposed addition, would you remove any trees?
No.
There would be no trees removed?
Nope. Some bushes, maybe.
Mr. Gelber, can you just bring the
Sorry,
microphone
a little closer up here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's better.
perfect. That's
All
perfect.
right,
We want to
sorry
make sure
about
we hear you at home.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Mr. Gelber?
Mr. Chair?
Ms. Chabra?
So the house never had a garage.
No.
There's this,
Ma'am, I'm sorry, you cannot testify unless you want to be sworn.
Well, sure, come on over. Was there a garage there before I got?
But she's going to have, wait,
Hold on,
before you
hold
ask your
on,
question,
hold on.
she's going to have to be sworn in.
Okay, well,
Ma'am,
let's
if you
sit
could
here.
sit down, make sure the microphone's on.
I got you.
Is the microphone on?
Yes, it is.
All right. If you would raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
And what is your name?
Christine Paul. I'm also an owner of the house. That's my husband, whose name is first. My name is also on the application as well.
Was there a garage there at some point? before I
Yes,
got
there.
involved?
Sir, you cannot question her. You
I
are
do
not an attorney.
apologize.
Yes, she's going to tell us what she's going to tell us.
There was a garage in the home. We had, with permits, closed it off in 2022 to make more room for ourselves in the house. The garage that we were given was very small. We could never fit a car in there. So we didn't have a proper laundry room. So we, with permits, closed the garage to make a laundry room and an office for my husband who works from home. So we currently do not have a garage, but the house did come with a garage, but it could never fit a car.
Okay, thank you. Does the board have any questions for the applicant? Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Does the board have any other questions for Mr. Gelber? Seeing none? Okay, all right, thank you very much. Do you have anything else to add?
No, it's a simple request.
Okay. Well, in your opinion, it's a simple request.
Okay, fine. In my opinion, in my professional
We,
opinion.
we volunteer our time to sit here and call that whether a ball or strike. Okay, we're gonna go out to the public. Anyone within 200 feet of subject site wanting to be heard. If you're within 200 feet of subject site, you received a notice via certified mail.
Ma'am, would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And state your full name for the record, then provide your address.
Janet Santoro. I live at 61 Terry Ave.
You have 6 minutes, ma'am.
Okay. I live directly across the street. I've been there 20 years. The couple moved in. They're a great asset to our neighborhood. All our neighbors are in full support. I think you have a letter where they've written off on it.
Ma'am, we cannot look at letters. We have to have people
Okay.
come in and be sworn in, and you can only testify as to your personal
Okay.
knowledge.
Well, I misunderstood because
That's
we
okay.
did sign.
Okay.
So
the
anyway, and I
board
did
does
want to
not
come
have
here
that.
tonight in support of them. I'm also been a realtor 29 years, so I know that this is also going to add to the value of their home and the other homes in our area. We are a dead end. There's only one other home beyond me that is beyond them. It does not affect the back street. If you went by the area, it has nothing to do with it. Nothing is changing. And again, I just want to add my full support to them.
Thank you very much. Anyone else within 200 feet of subject site want to be heard? Anyone outside 200 feet want to be heard? Can I get a motion to close the public portion?
Motion to close public session?
Second the motion.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Schneider. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Public portion is now closed, and I'll go to the board.
Mr. Chairman,
Vice Chairman.
I'd like to make a motion to approve this application based on meeting the positive and negative criteria, and also with the support of 61 Terry Road, the neighbor. And that's my motion.
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Patel. Roll call, please.
Mr. Chabra?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. Johnny?
Yes, in motion.
Mr. Schneider?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. Patel?
Yes to the motion.
Mr. Siddhartha?
Yes to the motion.
Vice Chair O'Gorman?
Yes on the motion.
And Chairman Kumba?
Yes on the motion. Your unanimous approval. Congratulations.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Madam Secretary, next case on the agenda, please.
Case number Z9, 2025, Sam Boviso Gangula at 665 Denver Boulevard. Applicant is seeking bulk variances to construct an addition and an attic level to the existing single-family dwelling. The following standards have not been met. Minimum one side yard setback is 10 feet, proposed is 5.42 feet. Combined side yard setback required is 25 feet, proposed is 11.8 feet. Affected property is located in the RBB zone designated as block number 497, lot number 52 on the Edison Township tax map. All noticing paperwork is in order.
Good evening, Mr. Shire.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. My name is Bernard Shire with the firm of Convery and Shire, representing the owner applicant, Mr. Gangula. The property in question is 665 Denver Boulevard in the RBB zone. Present use is a single-family home. Proposal is construct an addition and alteration to the existing structure, which will lead to the requirement for two side yard variances. The lot itself is oversized for the area, but it is narrower than the properties required in the zone. It's 60 feet wide instead of 80 feet wide. If it's extremely deep, it's 3 times the necessary depth at 308 feet. The existing side yards are the existing side yards are 5.8 feet and 11.8 total for 2. The requirements are 10 feet for one and 25 feet for two. These are necessitated by the unusual shape of this lot. The reason my client is seeking the addition and alteration is there's no garage presently on the property. They would like to have a garage. The house is rather small for 4 people in his family, so he's adding a second floor. He has 2 daughters that live with him and his wife, and they frankly just need more room and a garage. Unless there are any preliminary questions, I would call Mr. Gangula.
Board have any preliminary questions for Mr. Shire? Seeing none, you may proceed.
Mr. Gangula, would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
And state your full name for the record.
Yes, Sambashiva Gangula, 65 Denver Boulevard.
You may proceed.
Mr. Gangula, you and your wife own this house?
Yes, me and my wife own this home, yes.
And how long have you owned it?
We own this only since November, since 2024 November.
Okay, and it's a rather small home, correct?
A small home, yes.
And how many people in your family?
4 of us, 2 kids and 2
All
me
right.
and my
Mr.
wife.
Shire, I'm going to cut you off 1 second. Mr. Gangula, could you just bring the microphone a little closer to you? Thank you very much.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
It's you and you have 2 daughters?
Yeah, I have 2 daughters and then my wife, me and myself. My wife will be living in the home.
Okay. And what you're planning to add a garage? You have no garage presently,
Yeah, there is no
correct?
garage to the current home, so I want to build a garage. And then since it becomes so small, I wanted to add addition to the floor, to the house.
All right, and you'd like to have a little more room for the family, correct?
Yes.
And what is going to be in the addition besides the garage?
So I'll be adding a second floor, adding bedrooms on the second floor.
Okay, and how many bedrooms will that give you altogether?
Altogether, it'll be 5 bedrooms.
All right. I have no other questions of Mr. Gangula.
Does the board have any questions for the applicant?
Yes, Chair.
Mr. Sadada.
Any bathrooms to add?
So I'm adding bathrooms, right? 4 bathrooms.
Okay.
The question was about
How
bathrooms.
many bathrooms?
4.
You're adding 4 bathrooms, that's what he said.
No, there's existing 2 bathrooms.
And then
I'm
you're
adding
adding
2
two.
more.
2 more. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, seeing none. Thank you very much.
I call Mr. Paul Fletcher, our planner.
Thank you.
Mr. Fletcher, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
And just state your full name for the record. Thank you.
Ms. Paul J. Fletcher.
Mr. Fletcher, if you could please provide the board with a summary of your background and qualifications.
Yes, I'm a graduate of Bachelor of Applied Science from the University of Toronto. I'm a licensed professional planner in the state of New Jersey. I've testified in front of this board and numerous other boards in the capacity of planner.
And your license is current and in good standing?
Yes, it is.
You may proceed.
Yeah, Mr. Fletcher, you've been hired by the applicant to deliver planning testimony regarding his application for 2 variances, correct?
That is correct.
And you familiarized yourself with this particular property and the neighborhood?
Yes, I have.
Could you please just give the board a brief description of the area?
Certainly. It's the RBB zone, which requires a minimum of 10,000 square feet with a minimum lot width of 85, minimum lot depth of 100. Front yard setback required 25. Side yards required are single side yard 10, combined side yards 25. This area of Edison is this and a few of the parallel streets are in the RBB zone, and they're characterized by very deep lots. But they also have various lot widths. This particular lot is only 60 feet, as is the property to the left. The one to the right is slightly larger. It's at 100 feet. It's because of the narrow lot and the location of the existing house that is causing the required single and combined side yard setbacks. Clearly, there's no land to be purchased to the left. It's a 60-foot lot. The applicant has told me that the house to the right is approximately 12 to 15 feet from the property line. So to acquire any land on that side would create a variance on their property. I would note for the board that the lot coverage by building is well under the allowed, as is the FAR ratio. This area of Edison has been being redeveloped on an ongoing basis. Smaller homes, smaller older homes being demolished and larger homes being constructed. Clearly, this new home will not be out of character with that neighborhood. I believe that the board can grant these variances based on the C1 criteria for hardship, whereby the unique width of the lot creates a hardship for the property. And also, I believe C2 criteria applies in that the benefits significantly outweigh any detriments. Firstly, the removal of a functionally obsolete home and replacement with a new, or effectively new, two-story structure that will accommodate the applicant's family will be an aesthetic improvement to the neighborhood. And I don't see any significant impact to the public good, nor to the zone plan or master plan of Edison. It's for these reasons that I believe the board can grant these variances as requested.
I have no other questions.
Does the board have any questions for Mr. Fletcher? I'm going to jump right.
Mr. Chairman?
Go ahead, Vice Chairman.
Okay. How many, is it a one-car garage or two-car garage?
It will be a two-car garage.
Okay. So if you went to a one-car garage, you would meet the requirements for the 10 feet, correct?
Well, it's not just the garage, the whole building behind that is in line with that same side yard.
So what yours proposed 5.42 feet. If someone puts a ladder on the side of the house, they're going to be on the other person's property, correct? At some point, I mean, the ladder might not be there, but it's, the person is going to have to go on the other person's property to access the ladder.
That's possible, as would be the case on the right side of the property now.
No, on the left-hand side, but a garage.
I understand the question, but I'm pointing out that the existing setback on the right is 5.7 feet. That's the existing setback, so it'd be a similar issue.
So it'd be an issue on both sides. If
Yes.
someone wants to access an extension ladder.
Personally, I don't see that as a insurmountable problem for.
You don't see it as a problem that someone going on somebody else's property to access to someone's house? Is
Well,
that your testimony?
I would point out that the minimum side yards for, other residential properties are 6 feet, which is very similar to what we have. There are towns in New Jersey with 3 and 4 foot side yard setbacks.
Mr. Fletcher, with all due respect, this is Edison.
I understand that.
This is this zone. We're not, of course, in other areas, there's going to be tighter density. We understand that, but.
Understood.
So are there any other houses in the neighborhood that have this setback of 5 feet?
No, you're not. You're going to have to wait until Mr. Fletcher is done, and then you come back in.
I did not do a survey of other properties with similar setbacks. However, I would suggest you allow the owner applicant to speak. He had mentioned information about the left-hand property. So that's all I know about side yard setbacks at this.
Okay, thank you.
So as to answer the board member's question, we're going to allow the applicant to step back in, and then Mr. Fletcher, you will remain under oath.
Of course.
Step up, sir.
Yeah, the property next to the left to the 661, which is also same size, exactly 60 by 308. So that house was built with, similar 50 feet wide of the home, and then leaving some variance, 5 feet something, on both sides, 6 and 4. The house number left to my house 661, which was built with similar size with variance.
So if you're standing in the street and you're facing the house,
No,
the
next.
one on the left?
No, my left house exactly on the left, 661.
But I don't know, if I'm standing in the street, if I'm standing in.
Yeah, I'm standing in front of.
Let me ask my question,
Yes,
all right? If I'm on Denver Boulevard and I'm looking at your house, you're saying the house to the left?
yes,
And you're saying that your testimony is that the setbacks on that is 5 feet on each side?
yeah. I'm building the home similar to his size.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Fletcher, you're back up.
Mr. Chair.
Ms. Chopra.
Mr. Fletcher, my first question would be, how tall is the existing house right now?
I'm sorry, say again?
How tall is the existing house right now?
How close?
How tall?
How tall? On the survey, we're calling it a one-story home, so I would expect it to be in the range of perhaps 20 feet.
Okay. So obviously you guys are proposing 34 feet for the new house. So even if the existing one is 5.8 feet, I mean, looking at the geometry, as Mr. O'Gorman had mentioned previously, you're going to have the issue on the right side and the left side. And it's not going to be just what's existing, but it's going to get worse, knowing that you're putting a 14-foot structure on top of it. Has the applicant considered making a one-car garage? You have a large setback in the back rear of the lot where you can build in the rear easily without encountering that problem.
I was not the architect on the project. I would leave that to the applicant to answer that question.
Mr. Fletcher, just since we're on discussing the wooded area, there is no, to your knowledge, there's no woodlands easement or anything like that back there. It's not like where it's like protected property. It's just a wooded area.
There's no easements or conservation easements shown on the tax maps.
Okay.
Nothing was uncovered when we did our survey.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Certainly.
Ms. Shire. Okay. Any other questions for Mr. Fletcher? Okay. All right. Ms. Shire?
That's the applicant's case.
Mr. Shire, I'm just seeing that there's no need for these tight setbacks. There's plenty of space in the rear if the applicant would be willing to consider going back in some way, utilizing the depth of the lot. For what it's worth, that's my opinion.
Mr. Chairman,
Vice Chairman?
I would agree with your opinion.
Need a few minutes, Mr. Shire?
Would you be satisfied with one part, or they're saying they'd like to see it built back? so much room in the back instead of bringing it closer to the.
Mr. Shire, we're going to take, I'll tell you what, we'll give you a 5-minute recess. That's okay? Okay, thank you. Board will return to session.
More than I have.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, the applicant has heard the concerns of the board and will redesign the plan, to redesign the plan to lessen the impact of the side yard variance and come back before the board. How long will it take?
How long would you estimate you'll need?
Yeah. It is for 60 days.
Okay. Madam Secretary?
How about June 24th? Would that
June
suffice?
24th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So for anyone here present and for anyone listening at home, this case will be carried until June 24th, 2025, with the meeting beginning at 7 p.m. here in council chambers. If you have received a notice for this case, this will serve as your notice. This case will resume on June 24th, 2025, again with the meeting beginning at 7 p.m. here in council chambers.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you all.
All right, next on the agenda is closed session. Madam Secretary, please read just the notice of closed session.
Closed session is discussion on our Care One litigation.
Can I get a motion to go into closed session?
Motion to go in closed session?
Second.
Motion made by Vice Chairman O'Gorman, seconded by Mr. Schneider. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The board will adjourn to closed session. Can I get a motion to return to public session?
Motion to close the session.
No, motion to return to session.
Return to session.
Yes.
Second.
All right, motion made by Mr. Sadata, second by Mr. Patel. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Board return to public session. Madam Secretary, is there any other further business to come before the board this evening?
That'll be all this evening.
All right, seeing none, can I get a motion to adjourn?
To adjourn.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Sadata, second by Vice Chairman O'Gorman. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Board stands adjourned. Thank you, everybody.